Good morning. Welcome not to the Swiss Alps once again, but to Death Valley National Park in America. And what a place to come and take photographs. This morning we've come for sunrise at Zabriskie Point. Zabriskie Point is actually behind us over there, but on account of me liking to get just a little bit higher on some of these locations and also avoiding the number of people that there are over there. Come to this spot, which gives me an overview of this whole just ridiculous landscape of different colours and ridges and lines, and it's beautiful. The orange glow we've got along the horizon here, I think, is the only colour we're going to have in the sky this morning. So I've framed up with this, I don't know what this peak is over here, but it's they've made it out of this nice white rock. There's a band of like darker brown purpley rock in front. There's obviously the mountains on the other side of the valley in the background, and then the orange sky on the top. It makes for kind of very cool looking layers. It's probably the only shot today that I'm going to actually include any sky in, I think. I think we're done here. The sun is now hitting the rocks, and they look beautiful still, but it's very contrasty. It's not got that subtle sort of glow that we had before the sun came up. So we're done for photography here. Probably going to spend most of the day somewhere air conditioned or by the pool, because the temperature is forecast to get up to 38 degrees today. Anyone who knows me will know that's not my bag at all. So we're going to cut to Mesquite sand dunes at sunset. We have made it to the Mesquite sand dunes. Mesquite. Made it to the sand dunes. What a place this is. I mean, I keep saying it, that everywhere we've been to here in the States has been amazing, but this, again, pretty much photographer's dream. So, grabbing my first photo, we're still a long way away from sunset, but such nice shapes in the sand dunes that I've got to grab a quick snap before we go anywhere else. I just zoomed in to see if it was actually in focus, etc. And noticed these footsteps coming down, like footprints coming down over the dune, which is kind of annoying that people have obviously walked through them. And then when I look up, I realise that's exactly where Carolina and I just walked, so can't really complain. Not sure that anyone should complain about footprints somewhere like this, because unless you can teleport yourself in, you're part of the problem. It's not really a problem, is it? I mean, it's a few footprints. This is beautiful. if the wind gets up any more, I might have to ditch this camera and get the GoPro out, because these kind of little compact cameras don't like the sand too much, and as the wind whips it around, my last camera, like this little Canon, has never been the same since an outing in the sand dunes in Namibia. So just in the interest of preservation of you, I might have to switch you out. There's me talking about the sand getting into the camera. It doesn't help when you let the thing fall in the sand from the tripod. Right, the wind is still blowing around, but I'm going to stick with this camera, if only because you're already covered in sand already. It might never be the same again, this camera, but anyway, it's worth it for where we're stood and what I'm able to take photographs of up here. I'm actually quite appreciative of the wind because it's really hot. 100 degrees it said in the car as we were driving out here. As an aside, some of you might be kind of excited to know that as we drove around this morning, the really budget rent car that we had hit 88,888 kilometers. No, miles. We're in America, it'd be miles. And even fewer of you will understand how mildly triggered I was that the temperature was actually 86 rather than 88 degrees at the same time. But anyway, I can't let that spoil the amazing day. I'm very happy with where I'm stood. The sun is going to go down in about 20 minutes, I think, so I'm just going to hang out here. The light seems to change on these sun dunes every couple of minutes as the sun goes down. The shadows get longer and darker, and the highlights just sort of seem to bounce. So I'm just pointing my camera in all sorts of different directions. Right now, Carolina is sat on the dune just to the west of us here. Married 10 years last week. 10 years she's been known as poor Carolina, having to wait around in places like this while I take photographs. The sun has just dipped behind the horizon over there. Fantastic few minutes of photography and a really nice day with the camera. So rest assured, that's the end of the holiday snaps videos. The next one presumably will be back in Switzerland in the Alps. I hope to see you on that one. Thanks ever so much for watching if you've made it this far, and ciao tama. I have no idea what the best footwear is for going into sand dunes, but I don't think that it's running shoes.